What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 64 of Pub Sports Talk. Hopefully you guys are tuning in on YouTube to watch this. And fingers crossed, we run more than 15 minutes this week. I got a good feeling about it, boys. With us, we got Slate, Fitz, Tim, Wes, and myself with a special guest caller calling in a little bit later on for us tonight. Talk a little baseball with us. So stay tuned for that. We've got a huge lineup, and we've got to start off with the huge news. NFL preseason rookie debuts were all around. Let's dive into it. So, boys, is there any rookie debut that really stood out for you? Anybody at all like, hey, that guy balled out or he did not produce like he was supposed to?
I really like Justin Fields in Chicago.
Dude balled out.
He looked good.
He threw for a tutty. I think he rushed for one as well. Played better than the Red Rocket. Now, that's here or there. It's preseason. But dude looked good.
Yeah, it's funny. Chicago fans, I think like in the first quarter, it just took Fields a while. I think like the first couple of drives. But they was just like, oh, same old, classic Bears. We don't have a quarterback. And then by the end, they're like, we got our savior. We got Fields. So it was funny to see Chicago's reaction to Fields. But no, I thought he played well. And it's good to have preseason. It's going to take a while for some of these guys to settle in. But yeah, we'll talk QBs in a little bit. But this draft class of the current QBs could be one of the best that we've seen. I don't want to speak too soon, but they're looking good.
No, I think you're exactly right. I mean, Trey Lance, that's another rookie that balled out.
Yeah. I thought he had play of the week on that. He threw that dot to whoever for the deep shot. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah, 80 yards?
Yeah, that was Favre-esque.
Fun fact, that's further than any throw that Jimmy Garoppolo has ever completed.
Stop.
Jimmy G is dead. He's done. Get him out.
Oh, man.
I declare it now, boys. I think Trey Lance is that dude, and that I think San Francisco's all in on him now after that 1 week of preseason. Why wouldn't you be? It's 1 week of preseason. Be all in.
And have some fun with it.
That's right.
I'm curious to see Zach Wilson. I thought he still got a lot of growing up, I think, but I thought he was going through his progressions well. And the Jets actually have decent receivers, which was kind of surprising. Denzel Mims is a young guy, and who'd they get from Tennessee? Corey Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Corey Davis really showed he can be the true number one there. And Zach Wilson was just finding Davis a lot. So I was kind of impressed by just the Jets offense overall. I think they're going to be better than they were last year, which isn't saying much because they were just god awful. But I think the Jets could be, a team that gets 3 or 4 wins that you go, oh, the future may be bright for New York. Like they may be able to put it together.
Well, and we also talked about it back during the season. The Jets weren't being blown out. They were in games. They were competitive. Mm-hmm. They just couldn't. I mean, hell, when your head coach is a doofus, there's not much you can do. I mean, honestly. But yeah, I
don't like how much CJ Mosley's talking already, though. Have y'all seen his quotes, the linebacker?
Oh, what's he been saying?
He came out and said today, if people come here with that same mentality, they're going to get blown out. It's like, you guys got better, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they're ready to blow anybody out yet.
Yeah, no. I think the Jets will still be the Jets, to be honest.
They're going to find a way.
I think they'll show some flashes. And then the other, obviously we haven't talked about Trevor Lawrence, who a lot of people think is going to be the player of this draft. I just think the Jaguars, I think it's going to take time. They do have some pieces there. I sent y'all that clip of Tim Tebow getting a nice little seal block. So
hey, he set the edge. Not well, but he set the edge.
Did you see the one?
He got the job done.
Did you see the one also? Trevor Lawrence threw a ball at Tim Tebow. He's like wide open, and someone streaked across and caught it instead of Tebow. It was like his one chance. It was like he's throwing a Tebow, and then like someone else was running the same plays and took it from him.
Snagsies. Golly. I tell you what, though, he didn't look very good. I mean, yeah, he didn't get a lot of reps. Neither did Gardner Minshew. CJ Birdhart, third string, played decent, but Touchdown Jesus had a strip fumble. I don't know if you guys saw that by another rookie for the Browns. I can't remember his name, but did not look dominant as we thought he would have. But I think you're right. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, two fumbles, one recovered, and then 2 sacks. Looked pretty rough.
Yeah. But
for the Browns defense, JOK looked really good.
Dude.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Like a beast.
We've got a Steelers fan, Bengals fan, and a Ravens fan on here. I'm a little worried about Cleveland's defense after that.
I'm not.
Well, I worry about Trevor Lawrence. Is it going to be a situation like Joe Burrow, where because you're the number 1 pick, you go to a team that has the worst offensive line, and like it's just like protect this guy. Like if you protect Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be able to perform well. But it's already like it's almost, I don't want to say it's lowered his ceiling, but it's just made the climb a lot harder. Like there's a lot that they have to do. Same with Joe Burrow is, I think arguably one of the best quarterbacks the game's ever seen. But now he's just got a steep ladder to climb. And again, interesting. We're going to talk quarterbacks at some point, and really, quarterback draft classes. Which QB draft class will be at the prime of their career, or should be at the prime of their career. And thinking about like Andrew Luck and, RG3 is another one. That draft class really should be like, I think they could produce an MVP this season because they're just at the peak of their powers. So I don't know, I don't want to digress too much, but just those early picks going to a team that doesn't have an O-line, it's a little dangerous. It can be a little worrisome. So I hope Touchdown Jesus. I hope they improve and he's able to have a good career, but you're just a little cautious.
Pastor Fitz, you're talking to the choir here. You're preaching to me. All right. I think, he's got to get that O-line fixed. Otherwise, hate to say it, but that ACL is not going to be good. Anybody who did not look good to you guys, I know we talked about Touchdown Jesus. Anybody else that was like, not off to a hot start? Because I got one.
Not off the top of my head.
Tim, you're not going to like it. Motor City, Dan Campbell can't manage the damn clock. Jake Fromm beat him. Come on, Jake Fromm.
Okay, I will say, I used to care a lot about preseason. The preseason, we went 4-0. We then went 0-16. So I am not putting any of my marbles in the preseason. As much of a growing pain as it is for these rookies and these players, it's a growing pain for Dan Campbell. And hey, make these mistakes now and get them out of your system, because when it's season time and you do this, I'm going to be upset. But right now, go ahead and make all the mistakes you want. I'm all for it. That's how you learn.
I mean, he's a first-year head coach. Clock management is difficult to do. Maybe, Tim. Maybe go 0-4 in preseason, 16-0 in regular season, 17-0.
The reverse sweep.
I tell you what, Slate, I don't know the stat. I sent it to you. Ravens haven't lost a preseason game in a long haul. They're the kings of the preseason.
Well, like Tim says, it doesn't necessarily translate very well. But, we'll take it. It's some sort of win on the Ravens' name, so I'm not mad at it by any means. It's definitely better than not winning any. So.
Absolutely. Might be the lock for the pub parlay these next couple weeks here.
Maybe.
Ravens preseason. Hammer down on them. Never know. Tebow, we talked about Tebow. Had that. If you guys haven't seen that block, go watch it. He blocks like a quarterback, but he's learned to play tight end. Got the job done. We'll see if he I think he'll make the team just based off his name and the history with Urban Meyer. But we'll see if he gets that one touchdown for the season or not.
He cannot make the team.
I think he will. You don't like it, but he will.
I think he will just off of
no,
the money.
I don't think
they know his jersey. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's like if you let Tebow play showing what he did. Not like, I didn't look at any of the routes or anything like that, but the blocking, you're gonna kill Trevor. You're gonna kill him. Like he's dead if you let Tebow on this team. Like that just shows you how you can get manhandled on the line if you have no experience actually blocking.
He's going to get Joe Burrow.
He might, and I don't wish
These
that on,
curses on people.
I don't wish that on anybody. But like seriously, how bad does that reflect on the organization if they allow that? Like if I was Trevor Lawrence and they allowed that, and like they let Tebow on the team, any play I'm dropping back or scrambling, and he's blocking, I'm just gonna fall to the ground because it's better than getting hurt.
I'm
Really?
dumping that shit off immediately.
Yeah,
It's got to be quick game stuff. It really has to. Oh man.
I think he'll make the team, but I don't think that means he's going to play.
See, I think they're gonna have Tebow packages, 4 tickets, 4 jersey sales, 4 money.
Oh yeah.
I think he'll get a touchdown. I still think that bet's safe, but God knows he can't block. You know, gotta talk about it. We've seen rule changes this preseason. The big one: no more flexing when you have a big play. No more taunting. The NFL has gone back to
So
the no
stupid.
fun league. It's dumb. When Roger Goodell first took over, he cracked down hard on celebrations, and he let loose. Now he's cracking back down again. But I'm sorry, you have a rookie like Benny LeMay coming out of UNCC. Charlotte, stand up, baby. Football NFL powerhouse down there in Queen City. Runs over an entire defense. 8 guys on his back, doesn't matter. Carries them to the first down. Flexes on, rightfully so. Gets flagged for it. Come on, man. He's a rookie. He's trying to make a team. Obviously, he's never been there before. It's his first game. Let him flex on it. He just carried 8 defenders on his back. That's a dumb rule, if you ask me.
He didn't even do anything like egregious or nothing like that. It was just a simple flex. I get it if he like grabbed his nuts or something and did the Marshawn to him, but all he did was flex. And that's another thing with the. Did you see? I think it was the Tampa Bay game where their rookie edge rusher knocked the shit out of a guy, and they flagged him for that. And it's like, was he just not supposed to sack the QB?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think it was something like Tryon, maybe. He wore number 9 for the Bucs, DN, and basically he came unblocked and drilled the QB, and they called him for unnecessary roughness. It's like he's just supposed to like set him down gently. It's so stupid.
I mean, yeah, in preseason at least.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like
He's
they
a
crack
third-string
they
QB.
crack down in regular season, but even preseason, it's like, and it's weird. It is weird, but
I hate it. Because guys are trying to make a team, and they're leaving all out there on the field, and then you get a penalty, and now that coach is like, well, he's a liability. He's got a flag on him, and his chances of
Yeah.
making a roster, unless you're in the first couple rounds, dwindles down even more and more. I hate that for him. The other rule change.
I
Go ahead.
forgot what I was going to say. You go ahead.
Thanks, Wes. Good job. The
It'll come back to me.
other rule change is now cornerbacks cannot go low when a pulling offensive lineman is trying to block them. So you got 300 pounds coming against 200 pounds. And back in the day, even last year, a cornerback's able to go low to try to take out the lineman from pulling and not getting ran over. Now he can't do that. Now he's got to meet him head on or get the hell out the way. And that's all about longevity in the NFL. If I'm a 200-pound quarterback and I see Quentin Nelson running his fat tail right at me full speed, I'm getting the hell out the way. I'm trying to live my career a little bit longer than what it needs to be. And Quentin Nelson's trying to end my career.
I like it. I don't know if it's me being an AA high school lineman or what, but I hate how they try and protect everybody. But linemen, it's just fine when they get hit in the head every single play, but everybody else gets to be a princess and get protected. So I like it. I've always argued that. Just like roughing the passer and stuff. Obviously, when it's, when they go too far and it looks like you're trying to hurt them, but I've never liked the rules like that. It's football to me.
I mean, you're not
I
wrong.
hit Quentin Nelson.
I mean, this is the chop block rule, right? Like this
Pretty
is
much.
basically. So is the chop block legal, in other places, or is it just on the outside?
Really, before this, just on the outside.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to go low and not get 300 pounds to the face.
Yeah. I mean, I get it just for sake of like ACLs and knee injuries. I mean, it's just it is a recipe for that disaster. So to make the game safer, I actually like that rule as opposed to some of the other ones. Like that one actually makes more sense.
But who are you making it safer for? The lineman? Yeah. But then the DB is getting blown up CTE to the dome every play there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it
signed up for it.
I don't know if in the grand scheme of things, like, does the chop block, like, is that essential, for like an outside run? Like, oh, now we can't chop block, so we can't stop the run. It's like, no, I feel like, it just means you got to have Luke Kuechly come in and sweep the guy or whatever. There's just more pressure on the linebackers to come in.
And that's something Slate can talk more about because he's more of a defensive mind than me. I'm more of an offensive guy. But now you've got a scheme to put, kind of a rover in there, someone a little bit bigger than your traditional cornerback or safety. Maybe drop another linebacker in there, play one high or whatever, just to fill when you start seeing that pulling lineman now.
Yeah, you'll probably see it. I'm not super up to date on defensive scheme in the NFL, but you'll see probably a lot more even fronts, sort of like a 4-2-5, and have like some outside linebackers, or even drop a free safety that's just like downhill all the way type of guy that's a little bit bigger body. I don't know. I don't really like that as like you said, a defensive minded guy. Because I mean that's just block destruction. If not, then you just got a bunch of runaway freight trains running down the line, and that's all you got. It's like corner, and you may have a 230-pound free safety, so it's not that much of a difference. And that, like I said, it's just block destruction. I mean, I get it. I get why they're doing it, but I don't know. It's an interesting rule change.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other preseason games we want to talk about? Anything we want to dive into?
You want to see all the scores?
Yeah, we can pull them up real quick. Let's pull up the scores and see what we look like.
The only thing was Jordan Love made his debut with Green Bay, and he actually played pretty well. I mean, it was the Texans' defense, so I don't know if it's saying much, but he was like 12 of 17, I think 110 QBR. He had a really nice throw to one of our tight ends, like a rope that you're kind of like, oh, maybe the Packers aren't crazy. Like, this guy may have some talent. So it was interesting. Curious to see how he'll do in future preseason games, because he didn't play in the preseason last year. He sat the whole time, so we haven't seen Jay Love till just now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Jay Love does. He had a year to sit under Rodgers, who's arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of his generation. So obviously things are not going to end well for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, I don't think, after this season, but we'll see. Been wrong before. So seeing Jay Love shine in there, I know you're loving it.
I don't know if love might be too strong a word, but it reserves some judgment that I have for Brian Goot. But also, reason not to bet on preseason games. The Texans missed a field goal, and the refs called it good, and then they just never reviewed it. They were just like, oh, whatever. And the announcers, he kicked it, and they were like, oh, and it's to the right. Oh wait, it's good. And it's on YouTube. It's a kick that clearly missed, and they called it good, and they didn't even review it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not betting. No one put preseason on the parlay. That is just that's stupid.
Me and Wes are 4-0 in preseason.
Okay, I don't know. That's just weird.
We'll keep it rolling.
We're preseason wizards, baby.
I guess all in on the Ravens.
Oh yeah. I'll never bet for the Ravens.
Looking at it, Drew Lock looked really good for the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater did not look very good. Looking like Drew Lock's going to secure that job possibly, but got another preseason game to kind of iron those details out, I think.
Got us.
Any other game that really sticks to us?
The Vikings Broncos game was bad.
Just sloppy.
Yeah, the Drew Lock looked like a man on a mission with the starters. KJ
Oh,
Hamler
who did the Broncos draft this year? Corner.
Pat Surtain had a pick 6 on like their second drive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty
yeah.
sick.
But KJ Hamler at one point had like 2 catches for like Deshaun Jackson. He had 2 catches for like 120 or something, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Drew Lock, like we talked about, he looked like the answer having big numbers preseason. But hey, Seth Wagner, shout out Pure Spectrum CBD, dropped a YouTube video last year talking about Drew Lock is going to win the MVP and Super Bowl eventually. Maybe he saw this coming. Who knows? But whatever it might be, hey, shout out to the ad down there. Pure Spectrum CBD. Use code PUB20, get 20% off all their products. Got my cannabidol oil here, 500 milligram. Take it every day. Great stuff. Anything else NFL related? Anything else we want to dive into?
You ready to talk fantasy?
Hey, let's do it. Let's talk a little fantasy football here, boys.
All
Draft
right.
is coming up in 2 weeks, so we got to be prepared. And Fitz, you're going to help us get prepared.
Yeah, and I've got a little method to my madness. I want to do this at least the 3 key positions for fantasy with running back and then quarterback and then wide receiver. And I even have mapped out when is the prime years to take a player, because if you take a rookie running back, I don't know if that's always the best strategy. They usually rate some of the rookies higher, but some of them don't even top 1,000 yards rushing. So I've been trying to figure out, okay, when is that prime number? And I think I've kind of moneyballed it and tried to figure out that for all the positions. So as we go through this, I'll kind of chime in with that. But the first thing I want to know is just ranking the top is the 6 running backs that are going overall. And every mock draft you do or any draft you do, it's going to switch when you take them. But these are the 6 running backs. You got Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Saquon, Zeke, and King Henry. Those 6, who are you taking? I want to know, who are you taking first? Who are you not touching? Or how would you rank them?
I want Kamara first.
Going Kamara.
Kamara, 2 ways to look at that. Kamara's either going to get the
Henry.
rock every play because they don't have a quarterback, or he's going to get ran in the ground and not have a great fantasy league or fantasy season.
Well, I think even because he's so well in the pass game is why I say that too, because like you said, they don't have a quarterback. So I think a lot of screen